A 158-year-old Wall Street giant went from icon to ashes in a single September weekend. It started not on Wall Street, but in a dusty Alabama dry goods store. In 1850, Bavarian immigrant brothers Henry, Emmanuel, and Mayer Lehman ran a store in Montgomery. Cash was scarce, so cotton farmers often paid them in raw bales instead of coins. The Lehmans began trading that cotton, and a tiny store became a commodities house. As the cotton trade shifted to New York, they opened a branch there in 1858. In 1870, they helped found the New York Cotton Exchange, then grew into finance. Over the next century, Lehman Brothers became one of Wall Street's mightiest investment banks. By 2007, it was the fourth largest in America, with around 25,000 employees worldwide. Its CEO, Richard Fuld, had run the firm since 1994 and was nicknamed the Gorilla. Lehman bet enormously on the booming American housing market. Its mortgage units were lending nearly $50 billion a month by 2006. It packaged risky subprime loans into bonds and sold them around the globe. When home prices climbed, the profits were staggering, and Fuld pushed harder. By 2007, the firm owed roughly $30 for every dollar it actually owned. Then house prices stalled, borrowers defaulted, and Lehman shut its subprime lender BNC. The mortgage bonds it still held started turning toxic and nearly worthless. To mask the danger, Lehman used an accounting trick called Repo 105. It temporarily shifted up to about $50 billion off its books at quarter end. In March 2008, rival Bear Stearns nearly collapsed and was sold off for $2 a share. Wall Street whispered that Lehman would be the next domino to fall. On September 10th, Lehman reported a brutal $3.9 billion quarterly loss. Talks to be rescued by the Korea Development Bank had just fallen apart. Desperate, Fuld searched for any buyer, but Barclays and Bank of America walked away. This time, the government refused to fund a bailout. At about 1:45 a.m. on September 15, 2008, Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy. It listed $639 billion in assets, the largest bankruptcy filing in U.S. history. The stock collapsed about 94%, and the Dow plunged roughly 4.4% that day. Panic froze the financial system as banks stopped trusting one another, and the next day the government rescued insurer AIG with $85 billion. On October 3rd, Congress passed a $700 billion bailout to stop the bleeding. Roughly $10 trillion in global market value vanished in the worst slump since the Depression. By March 2009, the Dow had crashed to 6,547, and U.S. unemployment was racing toward 10%. Lehman gambled everything on a bubble that couldn't last, and the whole world paid for it. Follow Boom and Bust for the true stories behind history's greatest financial collapses.